What is up? What is up? What is up? It's AJ with the Chakra Network. And if you haven't heard about the Chakra Network, we connect with anime fans and manga readers from around the world. Now, if you wish to be on a future show with us, please fill out the application in the description below. And of course, if you're an anime fan or you're a manga reader, go smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, and ring that notification bell so you will be notified every single time we drop some content. But without further ado, so let's get into it.
If you are not from Konoha and I sense your chakra, I'm busting my Rasengan. Abandon his gang, slash his headband.
On the show today, we got Caleb. What's up, Caleb?
What's good, man? What's good? How you doing?
Shoot, chilling, man, chilling. So tell us about yourself, Caleb. Obviously you're well known on social media platforms, and a lot of people know you from where we're at. And do you have anything you want to shout out so people can kind of connect with you?
Follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Caleb_Ramsaw, RAMSAWH. I am a nursing major at Norfolk State University. It's a HBCU. Shout out historically black colleges.
For sure.
Just like AJ, I watch anime. I was on a previous episode. I'm probably gonna be on a lot of more episodes. Like, this is like my brother, so
without a doubt.
I'm a guest, but I'm on the show. So
you already know what time it is. So yeah, just want to let y'all know that there are so many different people who watch anime. We got a nursing major here, a smart brother, and obviously, he's just well rounded when it comes to anime and just when it comes to overall life in general. So let's get into it, man. So I guess just to start out, like, who are your top 3 characters, like, just all time? Just lay them out. Like, no, it doesn't even have to be particular order. Just kind of show people your perspective of anime and like what kind of inspired you.
I don't have a top 3. I have a top 2. Like, the third spot always gets me. It's definitely Naruto 1 and Gon from Hunter x Hunter 2.
Oh yeah, Gon.
But
sure.
3 is like, that 3 is hard. Like, it's just like a toss up. Like, I like Frieza. I like Dio. I mean, this the villains. I like Jotaro from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay.
It's just it's a big toss up for that 3. It's just between so many like characters. But that 1 and 2 is solidified for me.
That's tough. So like, with you in general, like, you like logical things. So do you have like any character that kind of inspired you from, like, I guess, a logical perspective?
Yeah, Dr. Stone.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I mean, I haven't finished the anime like completely, but just watching it, it was real interesting. Like, and like, I don't know. Have you seen it? Have you seen it at all?
Like, I've seen snippets of it. I haven't really watched it in its entirety.
You gotta watch it. So basically, it's like the dude gets basically set back in time, or basically set back in time, and he has to basically like head start humanity all the way to like the modern era, and he's like probably one of the smartest like anime characters.
Okay.
Like, I don't know. Like, he might be up there, or possibly, I think it's actually higher than like Light, to be honest.
What about Lelouch?
I think he's higher, bro.
Okay.
Because he's not doing it with, like, he doesn't have any superpowers or anything like Light had the Death Note. Lelouch still was able to like manipulate people, but he's literally just a smart guy, and he's literally like putting humanity on his back and is like, I'm gonna carry y'all. They have a couple, like, not even, I don't know if it was like a year's worth of time, but basically to the modern era. So I'm like, yeah, that dude is probably one of the smartest anime characters.
That's tough. Me personally, since you brought up Light, I personally think that L was smarter.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, just the fact that L was able to even kind of, like, he was so perspicacious to the point where he literally thought that something that was not within the, I guess, could be perceived by reality was real. Like, for example, like the Shinigamis and stuff like that. Like, he was like, there is a possibility that something is happening that us humans cannot perceive.
I mean, the only thing I would say is, like, people tend to think like L didn't have any type of resources, but he literally had a really big organization Like, you remember, like, he literally had, like, the
He did.
government literally came to him. He literally had, like, a bunch of resources that were wide scope. So, like, Light just had the book, and the book was definitely big, but L had, like, like, some advantages over Light, too. So, overall, I will say that he was smarter, but I don't think it was because of, like, intelligence. I think it was more so, like, because he was naturally, like, a good person. We'll put Light, like, Light's own, like, he was a narcissist. He became narcissistic. Like, his own emotions ended up being really his downfall.
Right.
You could really argue, like, whoever's smarter, but I think if you include that part in it, that's what gave, like, L an advantage over him. You get what I'm saying?
Sure.
So, and the fact that he had Nier and whatever.
Well, they came down the line. I'm just saying, like, just L's intuition in general. Like, he could kind of, it was just beyond, like, intelligence to me. Like, I feel like he actually felt these things, and then he was just expressing his thoughts, but they were so abstract that people didn't really understand. They kind of thought that L was going a little bit crazy from, saying these, egregious things that people thought that he was saying or believing, which actually ended up being true. But, like, only L really saw that. Like, nobody really saw that other than Light. And that's why he thought him as a threat. He was like, I have to kill this man, but I cannot kill this man, like, in front of everyone because he's moving, like, accordingly.
Well, you know what? I still agree with the statement that L was smarter, but I might just to play devil's advocate. Now that I'm actually thinking about it, I mean, technically, they did kind of go at each other. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
And you could say L ended up being, like, the winner because, at the end he had the I think was it Nier?
Nier and then Mello.
Yeah, Mello was, but he had, like, basically predecessors that ended up finishing the entire mission, but
right.
L still died. like killed that nigga.
He did though on some crazy shit.
So it's like, could you technically, like, is that technically still a win? Like, I don't know. Like, he lost his life, so I don't know if that you can technically say that's a win. But, and I would say, like, the same way that I said emotionally, Light's downfall was his emotions. It was the same thing with L2, because he got to the point where he was more trusting of Light, and he ended up actually liking him. And I think that kind of led also to his downfall too. So it's really kind of hard to say, like, who is actually smarter, because now if you switch roles, like Light and L, I do feel like Light would have been able to get somewhere in the investigation too.
Yeah,
so it's kind of hard to say who's actually smarter.
I feel like there is a parallel. So if you look at L, for example, you said that L had an advantage because he had all these government facilities and, like, just like this top secret kind of thing that nobody really knows about. They didn't even know his name or anything. So he had those cards, stacked in his favor. But if you go to the other side of the spectrum where you have Light Yagami, who literally has a book that exceeds all types of human conceptualization. Like, nobody would have ever thought that you could write someone's name in a book and then somebody would just automatically die. They had to literally put those puzzle pieces together and say, oh, well, this is an abnormal thing that us humans just do not understand. Now there's a threat that we would have to kind of either, like, discover or just depict to the point where it's like, okay, we have to be able to find who is potentially doing this. Like, is it actually God, or is it a human that is trying to literally play as a false God? That was the whole narrative.
Given that the cues that were, like, people kind of, like, just in real life, people have things that they think about that are like aliens or something, or even how the universe was made. It's such a deep thought, and like, can you imagine the person that came up with all those theories about how the universe could have been made out of, like, just the infinite amount of possibilities? So I'm just thinking, like, if you have like the cues that were kind of set up, I don't think it's unnatural for somebody to be like, well, what's actually going on here? Could this actually be something different? Because because you remember he was killing, like, specific individuals. You get what I'm saying? There was like a pattern to it. So I think it's a common thought to be like, is like occurring. So I don't think that thought from L was necessarily like that abstract. You get what I'm saying?
I feel that.
He never actually figured out like the Shinigami existed until he already had fallen into Light's plan, where he allowed him to see everything. You get what I'm saying? Right. But he had already fallen into the trap. He never got over that step that all of this was actually happening. He was coming close, but it took him to actually see it for him to be like, okay, this is what's actually happening. Like, he didn't know that. He didn't figure that out all the way. So it's kind of like, I
feel that. It definitely took a lot of, like, for example, Nier succeeded off of what L kind of built, if that makes any sense.
Right.
Like, Nier, and it wasn't just L, it was Mello too, but Nier literally needed both of them dying in order to catch Light.
Right.
And Nier has some balls too. Like, just the fact that, you know, he allowed Light to actually write the names in front of him, knowing that he could potentially die, and he didn't end up dying because of like the plan that he devised to get there, like, was just like on another level. But it needed everybody else's work put in there like beforehand until he can get to that point, which is why the story made sense. Like, when Light ends up losing, like the main character ends up losing, that's what made the anime, like the plot and everything, kind of interesting, because it's like, okay, like we're used to the main character getting to the bag, or, you know, the promised land, and I'm not even sure what kind of promised land that will look like for Light. Okay, like, I rule the world, I'm a false god, I'm Kira, XYZ, you know. But just seeing it in like that, I felt like, you know, made that anime iconic.
No, it did. Like, even my dad, like, me and my dad was watching that joint, and he, you know, he was watching that and was like, this anime is different.
Right.
Like, the person who thought about it was crazy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no cap though. No cap. Like, just so many different, like, just pieces, like, just like how the narrative was just unfolding. It just made it really interesting, like, in terms of like detective. Like, there was no, like, obviously you have the Shinigamis, but outside of that, there's no like people just throwing like Kai Blast or Rasengans against anybody. It was literally like these people felt like mere mortals, and I think that's what was cool about it, because it seemed like it was something that us humans can actually do outside of the Death Note.
Do you think there's any other characters other than L that could, like, or any smart characters in any anime that could probably figure out the Kira case?
Yeah, Itachi. Ooh. Itachi and Aizen, for sure. They would crack that shit like that.
Well, Aizen, he has nothing to worry about.
Aizen, they wouldn't even know that Aizen knows. They wouldn't even know themselves. He would be like, I'm Kira.
All right, nope. Take away their powers. Just intellect alone.
Intellect alone.
Could Aizen figure it out without using his powers? Is he that smart to the point where you think he could figure out the Kira case without using his powers? Like, let's say he's like a normal human, just intelligence. Just intelligence.
Okay, if I didn't say Aizen, which I still would think Aizen is capable of cracking the case, I would say Kisuke Urahara if I'm looking at the Bleach universe, because Kisuke Urahara was on some different shit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Naruto, obviously, I would go with Itachi Uchiha. Like, I'm kind of biased because he's my favorite character in the anime, but Itachi, somebody like Shikamaru, who is like extremely intelligent and good at like solving problems, especially like just putting puzzle pieces together.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Light was a leagues ahead of Shikamaru, bro.
Okay, that's fine.
Only reason why I kind of agree with Itachi, because like his temperament, like he was willing to do like almost anything.
Bro,
I don't think Shikamaru would be like, he would have some of the same downfalls as
L did.
Yeah, and I like he
okay.
Like, whereas Itachi, he was like, he'll do anything, and he was just that smart. And they was like, I remember Kakashi was like, he has like, not the wisdom, but he basically compared him to like a Hokage when he was like just in the Ambu, and he was like a little kid still.
Yeah. They said that Itachi had the mind of a Hokage when he was like 4 or some shit. It's some crazy shit.
Yeah,
It
that's
doesn't make any sense. But the way that Itachi can break down issues like in the midst of battle, like they didn't really showcase it as much. Like till this day, we have not seen Itachi fully go 100% on a one-on-one battle like he's about to die. We have not seen him in that type of situation.
Speculation.
Yeah, we have not seen him in that type of situation. So it's kind of hard to really gauge and kind of scale Itachi's intelligence just by himself under pressure.
I'm surprised you didn't say the character that you were talking about earlier. Lelouch. See, like when it come to Code Geass, I still gotta watch like the rest of it. But I just know for a fact like Lelouch would probably be able to. I know for certain he'll probably be able to crack the code. Literally. What about Bulma? Well, I don't think she's.
People be sleeping on Bulma though.
I don't think she's a strategist. I think she's more of a tech person. Like I don't remember her ever strategizing a way to beat somebody. I just know that she's smart and like she doesn't have enough battle intelligence.
She's an inventor.
Yeah,
she's an inventor. Yeah. I'm not gonna say she's necessarily like a problem solver. She's an inventor. Like Goku and everybody in the Dragon Ball Z universe, they're not gonna go to Bulma and be like, "Hey, Bulma, devise this plan so we can conquer, whoever's about to come to the planet to try to destroy it." Bulma's not on that type of time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
She will invent things,
Yeah, I think she'll probably get to know that something's wrong, but I think she'll die. Light is killing her.
And I think that her dad was smarter than her, Dr. Brief. I think that he was smarter. Like just back in like the old days, like with just Dragon Ball, it was always like Dr. Brief, and then like the Red Ribbon Army and stuff like that.
Think Batman can solve it?
Yeah.
Think Black Panther can solve it?
Yeah.
Think Iron Man can solve it?
Yeah.
Thanos?
Yes. Like yes, bro. Like that's the thing though. Like when you kind of I guess intertwine these two universes, anime and then the Marvel universe, obviously there's a heck of a difference when it comes to that. Like Marvel and DC, they're like unparalleled to the point where it's like you can't even really like grasp the concept of how smart these people are.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Iron Man's dying. Cause I mean, let's say we put it in a neutral universe, bro. Everybody knows who Tony Stark is, bro.
That is true. That is true.
Like it wouldn't because he's so like his smart, like him being smart, he probably could figure it out. But I just think like because everybody knows who Iron Man is, like he's one of the characters. Like even in Civil War, like he was brave enough to like tell who he is. So I 100% know that he wouldn't solve it. Like literally write his name in there.
That's fast.
The difference, Batman, like they don't know Bruce Wayne. They don't know that Bruce Wayne's Batman. So he probably wouldn't be done. And I mean, Black Panther might be kind of like I know he could figure it out, but I don't know if people know like Black Panther's T'Challa. You get what I'm saying?
I feel that.
I feel like they should, but I definitely know that people know that Tony Stark is Tony Stark. So.
Okay. Hey, we're gonna be pouring up some sake as well. So real quick, the bottle that we got today is, and excuse my pronunciation because I'm god awful at this, but Gekkeikan, it's called the finest sake. Gekkeikan sake. So we gonna pour it up, and I guess like while we pouring this up, something to think about, Caleb, is like what anime battles kind of pissed you off? Like what's kind of like a result that you were expecting but didn't get to get?
Okay. That's definitely something to think about. Like out of all fights, and I was just like, yeah, this fight is not what I was thinking it was gonna be. Mm-hmm. Okay.
What do you think? I can tell you one off rip.
What's up?
I'm thinking, I'm not gonna necessarily say it pissed me off, but I think the fact that Gar didn't get one scratch for the Rock Lee versus Gar fight, that kind of did piss me off. Cause it's like, damn, like bro, Lee a hard worker, and I just really like hard workers in any anime. They just
Well,
really,
I thought Lee definitely gave Garo a run for his money.
like Gara had if you go back and watch this, Gara had like a shell of sand coated over his body, so that whole open the fifth gates, like it didn't actually do any damage to him. It just did damage to his shell. Like he didn't get a single scratch.
Damn, I gotta rewatch. I remember that
Yeah.
part. I just swear I didn't know that Gar didn't walk away with a scratch.
Nah, it was crazy.
That's OD. All right. So a fight that I was disappointed in.
I can tell you another one.
What's up?
I would say Madara versus Sasuke and Naruto. I was kind of expecting like a little bit more.
Yeah, the dynamic was too much of a build up, and it was like,
Facts.
What's the? I'm gonna say. It started. I guess it's not that good of a one, but I'm gonna say Meruem versus the Chairman. Like, I don't know, like, cause I was expecting, like, you remember when Killua's grandfather had come down? That too, Killua. No, you remember his grandfather versus Chrollo? They didn't even fight.
Zeno?
They did not even fight.
Yeah, they didn't. You're right though. That would have been such an like the way that unfolded did kind of like push me the wrong way.
Cause like they both came down. I'm thinking like, yo, they both about to go stupid, and it's like, like it could have been played out better. Like I feel like if Killua's grandfather and the Chairman both had fought Meruem, he wouldn't have had to blow himself up.
That's true. That's true. But like that fight overall, I feel like the Meruem and the Netero fight was good.
Yeah.
But I do feel like that Zeno and what's Killua's dad's name?
It's not his. Oh, I don't even remember, bro.
I can't remember his name either. Damn. But Zeno and Killua's dad versus Chrollo, I feel like that fight could have been a little bit better, or we can at least like see a little bit more of Chrollo's powers. Like, I don't know. I just felt like it needed more. Like them just giving up because they were assassins obviously was noble of them to do, but they could have offed that nigga, bro.
Oh well, I don't know.
You don't think they could have?
I think they would have eventually beat them together. Yeah. I think if I can't remember, I think in the anime he said that they both could have beaten him, but 1-on-1, I think Chrollo would have beat. They said Chrollo probably would have beaten both of them, which is kind of crazy.
That's kind of crazy because this, mind you, this is Chrollo pre-time skip. Like, have you read the manga?
I read bits and pieces. Like I already saw the Hisoka.
I'm going to be talking about the Hunter x Hunter manga, so you can pause the video right now and just skip. I want to say however many minutes. I'll put the link up top. But literally, if you go to the manga, you have Chrollo versus Hisoka, right? Bro, the Chrollo versus Hisoka fight, the way they were supposed to unfold at first, so Chrollo got freed of his the chain jail that Kurapika had placed on him. And basically, Hisoka wanted to free him because he wanted to fight him. Like, he's on some Goku shit. Oh, you're strong, I want to fight. Like, you know how Hisoka goes. He get horny every single time he sees somebody with some power.
Yeah.
So he wants to fight him, like, off rip. But Chrollo actually runs away. And Hisoka just stands there or whatever. I think, if memory serves, I think Chrollo said he's going to go, like, train or whatever. But they end up, coming to, like, a rendezvous point at some sort of arena. I can't remember exactly what arena it was, but basically it was an arena specifically planned and was beneficial for Chrollo specifically. So he picked this arena because he was like, okay, I had to plan against Bungee Gum to beat Hisoka. This is the only place I think I can do it with the powers I have right now. Mind you, he has upgraded in abilities. He can now have this attribute, like I think that has like a bookmark or something. He can literally hold the book open without, have a bookmark in the book and still use that power while it's closed now. So he doesn't have the book open anymore. And he can have 2 bookmarks, I think. And he has like a moon and like a sun in one of his hands or some shit. And mind you, this whole entire battle, Hisoka doesn't get 1 lick in. Like,
what?
Not even 1 hit. Like, it's on some nut shit. Like, Chrollo's using and manipulating the
I know the people in the arena.
people in the arena. He's utilizing all of the Phantom Troops' powers and abilities, like Shalnark's ability, the Dark Voice. He's using that on them, and it's to the point where Hisoka has to like kill all the civilians and start chopping heads off, and he can't even touch Chrollo the whole time. And then it gets to the point where Chrollo actually uses an ability that makes the victims explode like they're bombs, like they're literally suicide bombs and kamikaze attacks. And they're all like headed towards Hisoka to the point where Hisoka, like he had a head in his hand. I think it blew up and now his hand's going. And like this dude is now like Spider-Man with bungee gum swinging around trying to get away from these exploding people. And once that happens, Chrollo finally sends like the final blow. Like he just like, just basically encompasses Hisoka with like a whole bunch of people where there's nowhere he can run or hide. And then that's when Hisoka kind of shrivels up in a ball and just asks his bungee gum to give him like power, like post mortem, whatever nin abilities. And that's when the nin abilities are at their peak, is when it's after death. And mind you, he didn't know if this was going to work or not. It was kind of like a bet on himself. He was like, okay, like bungee gum, do this for me type shit. And then after that happens, he's blown to smithereens. Like you can see like his bones and skeletons.
Yeah,
like he's
and I remember
up.
like he used the bungee gum and like made himself a new body.
Yeah, so basically, I can't forget. I forget the girl's name with the pink hair. I want to say it's Maki, but I'm not sure. The one that can stitch things up. She was basically asking Hisoka like, hey, like, do you need to be stitched or whatever? And Hisoka's like, no, I'm good. So he basically used texture surprise to like basically regenerate himself and his hands and like his appearance and everything. It's some OD shit.
How far do you think that can go?
Pretty far.
You think like if he could like regenerate his heart?
Bro, yes.
That's literally insane.
I feel like he can literally regenerate his heart with bungee gum.
That's crazy.
Like he's on another level now. Like if he fought Chrollo again, how he is now post death, Nin, he would win that fight.
You think so?
Easily.
Well, how though?
Because like all of his abilities are like damn near threefold. So he can like when his hand blew up before, he couldn't just regenerate it. He can regenerate it now with bungee gum.
Well, we got to see. I got to see more. I mean, I'm not doubting it. I just got to see more from him because I know they're gonna probably fight again. Like, right. We haven't seen it, but I think it's gonna take more than just regeneration. I mean, obviously he has more powers, but we haven't seen it yet. And like I said, I know they're gonna fight more. So I'm not doubting it.
I just don't know
how he would end up going by doing it because Chrollo has so many
abilities, right?
Powers,
right? So, after Hisoka came back to life, he's literally walking down and killing every single Phantom Troop member.
Yeah,
starting with Shalnark. Shalnark got off quickly, and then the one that could touch people and can teleport them to his other hand or some shit. I forget his name. Kurtopi. Yeah, the one with the eyeball. Offed. Like, no problem. And then he's killing them one by one.
I feel like he could have killed all of them anyway, though. Like, even before the upgrades, to be honest. But I feel like, I feel like he could have killed them anyway. Like,
well, honestly, if Shalnark used his like Super Saiyan looking ability, where he like injects his own needle into himself and then goes overdrive, I feel like he could have maybe had a slight chance maybe against base Hisoka. But that's just my, opinion.
I think Hisoka's too smart, bro. Like, I honestly think Hisoka would outsmart him.
He probably would.
Hisoka was crazy.
I think the only people within the Phantom Troop that can actually stand a chance against Hisoka is just Chrollo.
Yes.
Like right now, it's just Chrollo.
Yes.
Well, mind you, we have not seen Nobunaga's abilities yet. So that's somebody that you could just be
that's a samurai dude.
Yeah, it's a samurai dude. We haven't seen his abilities yet, so I'm not going to just discount, what he can do. But as it looks right now, it's only Chrollo for sure, like without a doubt. But yeah, let's cheers to the Chakra Network, my boy. Am I feeling that? Maybe. It was smooth.
I mean, I hate all alcohol. Like, I don't like the taste of it. It's for me to get drunk.
It's smooth. I mean, it's called Gekikan, the finest sake, Gekikan sake. But I think I like the other one better. This one is smooth though. I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind it. It's smooth, for sure. And I think it's cheap too. But outside of Hunter x Hunter, when you think of just like villains in general, who would be some of your favorite villains in anime?
All right, Dio is by far one of my favorite villains. Like, I don't. The crazy part is I don't know why. I just think like, what was it? The world.
Oh yeah,
I just think
the world.
I just think that junk is cool. Like the world. I think the whole like premise of the show was cool too. Mm-hmm. And then plus like when Jump Force came out,
oh yeah,
I was a beast with Dio. Like I didn't even know I was gonna be good with it, but I got good with him. So once I got good with him, I was like, oh yeah, I like his character.
First of all, fuck what everybody talking about. When you play Jump Force with your anime friends, that shit is fun. Now, if you're playing by yourself, then yeah, like good luck. But that shit was actually fun.
No,
you play with your niggas though, because it's like, damn, like you using all of your favorite characters all the time. Put them on a 3-man team,
right?
And then start going at it.
It was new. They just needed to do more updates. Like they were a little late on updates, and like the mechanics, they were pretty simple. Like It wasn't like Tekken, but it was like the mechanics got like simple, and they just needed to do more updates and stuff like that. But I feel like, but if they come out with like a Jump Force 2, which I hope they do, then I feel like that would be like a lot better. There's not many anime games that were really like that, other than like remember like J Stars a while ago.
Well, you got J Stars, you got Z Fighters. It's still relevant to this day.
I was talking about one that has like all the anime characters. I don't know Z Fighters. I don't remember Z Fighters unless you're talking about.
That's Dragon Ball Z, the 2D game.
Oh yeah. See, but that's not all the anime characters.
That's right. It's just
I'm just talking about like the ones that had like
all the anime
cross multiverse.
Yeah, that was J Stars.
J Stars and Jump Force, like the only ones I could think of.
I don't know why they didn't put all the characters they had in J Stars in Jump Force. Like they were missing Suna. They were missing who else were they missing? It was a couple of people.
Right.
It was just a couple of people. But
back to the villains though. I say I actually do like Frieza.
Okay.
I like Frieza.
Frieza is iconic.
A lot of people, he is. I mean, a lot of people don't like it because he keeps on coming back. But I personally like. I think Frieza was rated like the best DBZ villain in Japan. Don't quote me on that though, but I'm pretty sure they were like, yeah, they like Frieza. That's why they keep on bringing him back.
That's respectable.
And then I'm gonna probably say I like Meruem, but I don't know if you would consider Meruem a villain.
Shit, the way he was eating people at first, he was.
I mean, I guess you could call him an antagonist.
I would say he an anti-hero, if anything.
Yeah, anti-hero. And yeah. I think I don't necessarily like him, but in terms of just like the most like evil villain, I forget the dude's name from Berserk.
Oh, Griffith?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yo, Griffith is terrible. Bro, Griffith is terrible.
Oh yeah, he's different.
I think he's one of the most evil villains, bro.
Bro, he is different.
Like, but I remember my first time watching Berserk scene, and it was with my mom, my dad, and I wasn't expecting it to get that.
Are you talking about when he was fucking his girl?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then he's raping a girl, And then I look at my dad, and my dad's looking at me. And then I look at my mom. My mom's looking at me like, "What are you watching?"
Yeah,
I was not expecting that.
Berserk is definitely a dark anime, dark. But you know, and I haven't watched it in its entirety, but it does have like people really like Berserk. They talk good, like, they say really good things about it.
Yeah, guts and stuff.
But it is unfortunate that the writer passed away, because we always hate when that happens, because now we can't really be able to experience the rest of the story.
Well, they've been finishing the manga. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with it that much, but I know like they've been still like writing issues and stuff like that. Like just recently, I just remember, or I don't know how recent it is from the time in this video, but I remember the last time I looked, he ended up taking his girl again. Like he had got everybody to like a safe haven. Like Guts had made like a safe haven. He got everybody there. Everything was going good. Just like a grip pull up and take his girl again.
Oh my gosh.
Yo.
It's just a thing out here, man, getting your girl to tell you.
Shut the fuck. Yo. I'm so weak.
But yeah, man. My favorite villains. I guess number one. Actually, no order. I'm gonna go with Sosuke Aizen from Bleach.
Okay.
Aizen is just like, he just that dude. Like from day one. I lean towards Madara. I just hate how he went out. Bro. I just despise how he went out. I despise how that was written. Like he shouldn't have went out like that. Who would be another villain? Oh, if this counts as a villain, but Greed from Full Metal Alchemist, bro.
He doesn't count as a villain because he literally turned it to
anti-hero.
Yeah.
Okay, he was tough as a bitch,
yeah,
bro. Greed was that nigga, bro. What? Yeah. Like it was some, cause I fuck with Bond too from Seven Deadly Sins, and they have like a really similar kind of characteristic, Bond and Greed.
I can't remember. I just remember. I kind of remember Greed a little bit. It's been a while since I watched Full Metal Alchemist. I mean,
Greed is that dude. I'm telling you, like I liked him like automatically as soon as he got on the screen. I was like, I fuck with him. I like his energy.
Right.
You know what I mean, go against the status quo, do whatever the fuck he want to do. Right. And he's just cool about it. Right. I just hate that he was what was it, a homunculi? Yeah. Yeah, I just hated he was a homunculi and he had to end up going. But like when he was there, you know, it was kind of lit though. No bullshit. But that was three. Was that three villains? Yeah.
I mean, you said
Aizen, Madara, Greed. Yeah. Well, Greed's not really a villain, so I'll do one more. Okay. Let me think. Cause it's interesting. Like villains in general, for me at least, they have to have some sort of intelligence, and they have to have like a resolve to win and like achieve what they want. Like, for example, Muzan is cool as a villain.
Muzan looks like Michael Jackson.
He looks exactly like Michael Jackson. Like, he's a smooth Hashira killer, if you want to say that. Right. Yeah. Like, I think Muzan's chill.
Wait, do we even know if he's actually a villain though? Like,
oh, we know.
I haven't been keeping up with the manga.
I was about to say that I ain't gonna spoil Demon Slayer.
I swear he had kids or he's faking the family.
Yeah. Well, in the first season, he was faking his family, whatnot. You know, living amongst the mere mortals and whatnot. But
so he's like
that dude is a villain.
So he's like blatantly evil,
bro. Muzan is pure evil.
Okay.
Like he's. Bro, did you not see what he did to Tanjiro's family?
No, I did, but it's like we haven't seen him that much on screen. Like, I feel like out of everybody, we don't know the most about him.
But I'm saying, like, even like, did you have the capability of doing that to somebody's family who's innocent?
Itachi killed.
But Itachi, okay. Jesus Christ. Like, Itachi, I'm an Itachi fan.
Murdered.
He did.
Entire clan.
He did. Now, take this how you will. Because there's going to be people that say Itachi's an op. rightfully so. But if you look at it from a lens like, okay, like Itachi had a point. There could have been a chance where the Uchiha and the rest of the village counterbalance each other, and the whole Leaf is just obliterated in general. Like, there's no more Leaf Village because you have both of these sides clashing against each other, and now the other villages are going to try to take advantage of that and basically overpower the Leaf themselves, since there's already internal conflict between these two sides of the village.
I'm gonna be honest. I still feel like there was a better
like leeway.
way.
Okay, so
Like,
there was Exhibit A where you have Shisui's eye and you're able to manipulate the Uchiha clan. There was Exhibit A, and then Danzo ended up like impeding that process because he was like, oh, well, you know, I don't think that's the best idea. End up stealing Shisui's eye. Shisui can't fucking operate Koto Amatsukami anymore. And that literally leaves Itachi, who is only 13 years old, by the way. He's only 13 years old, having to make this like Hokage level decision.
All right, wait. So let's replace Itachi with.